Rest of the day, it's super cold outside. Trying out a new salon, y'all. Stay tuned throughout the video because y'all don't know, I'm gonna probably definitely drop a gem in this video. I want you guys to write this down. Whenever you're using supply and demand, it should only be used in a trending market. Ooh, that actually played out really good. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Camelia, your favorite day trader. Champ wants to say hey, he keeps standing up. Hold on. Say hi, honey. We're back with another YouTube video, so you guys stay tuned. I have a lot on my to-do list, so I'm gonna just take you guys with me, and then of course stay tuned throughout the video because y'all don't know, I'm gonna probably definitely drop a gem in this video because of course I gotta always give value. So yeah, let's just go on with my day. I am gonna take my tree down. This is my little tree, like only like a 4-foot tree. I only wanted something small. Got it from Costco for like 20 bucks. I'm gonna get rid of these boxes and kind of just clean up around here. I am gonna move this tree and add a palm tree thing back over in the corner over here. And then also I do need to add to my list to get some more string lights. I used to have a string light behind this mirror right here, but this guy, yeah, you chewed it up. So I'm gonna probably try to look for some more string lights. That's gonna be the task for this area. And then that way I can have like a nice little ambiance. I'm gonna go over my to-do list real quick so y'all can see what I have to do throughout the day. I need to bring up my notes because I wrote everything down. This year I realize I'm the type of person I have to write everything down because if I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget. So I'm trying to start doing that and making a daily to-do list. So on my to-do list, one is to record a vlog. That's what I'm doing right now. We can check that off. I do have a Target return. I got some things that I never wore for New Year's. I want to go grocery shopping. I do want to pick up some lotion because for some reason I have no body lotion that I want, like a shea butter body lotion. I need to get my nails done. I want to get a new set. And then I need to schedule an eye appointment. That's basically it for today. And then I will drop a gem for you guys at some point in time throughout this video, of course, but that's really just gonna be my day. So I'm gonna take you guys with me. Rest of the day, it's super cold outside, so I have like this nice fur coat on. I decided to leave my tree up because it gives me some light over here. I have to get those string lights and just redo this whole area right here. So. Okay, I'm in Target. I'm gonna shop a little bit, so let's do a little B-roll and then see you guys in a bit.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again.
Hopefully I can hear me, but right now I'm at Best Buy. I'm looking for a mic. I want to have a mic that I can clip on me so that way I can make sure my audio is top. I feel like I found the mic, but this isn't the brand I'm looking for. So I made it to the nail salon. Trying out a new salon, y'all. My toes look crazy. What's up, y'all? It's a new day and I'm finally getting to the trading portion of this video. Thank you guys for watching and making it this far. What I'm gonna do today or tonight, well, whenever you guys are watching this, I'm gonna drop another gem and I'm gonna give y'all a sprinkle of how I use supply and demand. I feel like supply and demand can be used multiple different ways, but this is basically my twist and take on it. This is a simple strategy that anybody can use, like even a beginner. Like you can see this, once you see these patterns, it's gonna be bread and butter for you guys. I'm just going to share my screen and we're just gonna get right into the video. All right, y'all, so I'm sharing my screen. Before I get on the charts, I wanna break something down for you guys just so you all can understand not only how supply and demand works, but most importantly, when to use supply and demand. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me bring my screen back up bigger real quick because y'all have to see me bigger so I can make sure y'all can understand what I'm saying here. Look at this camera now. So here's the thing. I want you guys to write this down. Whenever you're using supply and demand, it should only be used in a trending market. And what I mean by a trending market, not the higher time frame trend, right? The higher time frame does its own thing. This strategy is used on the 5-minute time frame. At least that's the time frame I use this strategy on. You guys can apply it to any time frame you would like, but of course things will have to be tweaked, you know, based on, you know, the time frame and things like that. So I use supply and demand on the 5-minute time frame. So I'm looking for a short-term trend. It can be short-term or long-term. It doesn't matter. You want to be using supply and demand only in a trending market. So it should be trending bullish or bearish. No consolidation. If price is in consolidation, if you guys remember from my previous videos, in consolidation, that is when you pull out your support and resistance tools. In a trending market, this is when you pull out your supply and demand tools. So let me show you guys how to apply it to the market. Let's go. All right, so I'm sharing my screen, and as I repeated before, supply and demand should be used in a trending market. So on my screen now, we see a short-term bearish trend. Obviously, the market has been trending down bearish, and you know it's been trending down bearish because we've obviously been making lower lows and lower highs and different things like that. So we can just clearly see that the market has been trending bearish since trending sideways here, right? And then price started to trickle down, down, down. So if I see price trickling down bearish, and I want to get into a bearish trend, I need to look to get into a supply setup. So you always look to sell. Matter of fact, I'm going to type this out so you guys can see it. You always want to sell from supply and always buy from demand. It's literally as simple as that. Whenever price is in the supply zone, you look to sell. Whenever price is in the demand zone, you're only looking to buy. When price is trending bearish, price is going down, price is selling, we're only looking for supplies, right? So our supply zones are always going to be at the top of these peaks, right? These are our supply zones. So that's all I'm looking for. I'm just looking for price to come back to my supply zone in order for me to take a sell entry. Let's get back to our bearish structure here. I'm gonna go ahead and just play this market and see what's going on. So if price is selling, I want price to come back to a supply zone in order for me to get in. So I see prices come out of this, right? So let's just go ahead and just keep playing because I don't really like the way that looks. I'm just gonna see if I can see price push downwards. I want to see a bearish move happen to let me know that price wants to continue down bearish. After I see a bearish move, I'm going to look for price to then retrace back up to the supply area for me to then take sales. So again, this market is just playing out. I want to see a nice strong bearish movement happen. Right now not much is happening. Okay, we're finally dropping. Price has sold and has created a supply zone, right? Once price creates a supply zone, what you want to do is you want to box that supply zone up, and then you're going to tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to take a sell entry unless price comes back to my supply zone. I don't care how far it drops. I don't care what happens. I am not clicking a sell button on my computer or my phone or my iPad or my tablet, whatever you're using, until price comes back into a supply zone. This is my supply zone, and you know that this is a supply zone because this is where price has come out of. Like, price has had strong bears come out of this area. As soon as price came here, we had strong bears momentum come out of this area. That's how you know that this is a supply zone. So if I have strong bearish momentum coming out of this area, to confirm the bearish move, I would like to see price come back to the supply, right? And then continue its bearish move down. Why am I waiting for that? Because that's just simple market structure. Let's go back to the pattern here. You see how this is known, this stair-step pattern is known for market structure? That is supply and demand, okay? In a nutshell. So we have a push down, pull back, push down. I'm looking for a pullback, right? Back into my supply area in order to take a position. So let's play it and see if price can come back into my supply area. We'll just keep tanking. This is where a lot of people get FOMO, right? Most people are taking their entries all up in here. All up in here, they're taking entries because now they're like, oh my gosh, price is dropping, right? I need to be a part of this move. Instead of waiting for your entry opportunity, right? Think of it as like a train stop. When you're catching a train, you're not just gonna hop on a train while it's moving. You're gonna wait until it comes to your pickup location, and then you get off once you get to your destination. But in between that movement, in between, you're not looking at anyone trying to hop on the train while it's moving along the tracks. Right now, price is moving along the tracks, right? I need price to come to a train stop in order for me to get in. So whenever you get in the market, when price is moving along the tracks, you normally get burned. So let's see what happens. Literally straight to the T, like you cannot make this up. You literally cannot make this up. So now that price has pulled back, now this is where entries come in at, okay? I see a lot of people ask me, when do you get in? Where do you get in? How do you get in? For me, I use 3 different type of entry types, right? 3 different type of entry types. Your first entry type, let me type it out, is gonna be an aggressive entry, right? An aggressive entry for me with supply and demand, that's as soon as price taps your zone, you're instantly getting in. So I got a tap here. Let's say there was an entry here. This is your aggressive entry. This is your number 1 entry. My second entry type is what I call a conservative entry. Oh, I wanted it in all caps. All right, your conservative entry. So a conservative entry for me would be when after price taps into a supply zone, I want to see a bearish candle, right? I want to see a bearish candle closure in my supply zone. So let's play it and see if we can get a conservative entry. Boom. Oh yeah. If it closed like that, I probably wouldn't take. Yeah, I probably wouldn't take that. I want to see like a full body bearish candle close. So let's see. Now, let's look at the aggressive entry. If we did get an aggressive, we would be okay right now, but we would have had a mini heart attack, right? You have a smaller stop loss with the aggressive entry, right? So let's say we got in something right here. You have a smaller stop with the aggressive entry, but you go through a lot more heartache with an aggressive entry, if that makes sense. Like you gotta be used to drawdown with an aggressive entry. But you would have ended up being okay, it looks like, because I would have definitely moved my stop loss to break even by now. Risk-free trade. Now it looks like we got a bearish closure here. Now this is the conservative entry, right? That's my conservative entry. So let's see if we would end up getting in good with the conservative entry. Ooh, that actually played out really good. So as you can see, this would have been my risk to reward with the aggressive entry, the conservative entry. If we would have waited for a candle close, I wish this candle didn't close like this, because maybe our entry could have been like right here, but whatever. Waiting for a candle close, larger stop. Still got a 1-to-1, but definitely larger stop. And then, so lastly, my super safe entry is going to be breaker the candle, and it looks like that would have been the same exact entry here because price closed and then we broke the candle here. So my breaker the candle and conservative entry would have been in the same place, but my third entry type is just a super safe entry, and that's waiting for break of the candle. Let's see if we hit all the way to TP. Nice. That was actually really good. That was a great example of that. Played out actually perfect. Like this is a plus supply zone setup that I would just take over and over and over and over and over and over again. All right, so now let's look at a bullish version of supply and demand. Let's look at a demand setup. So obviously you're only using a demand setup when price is going in a uptrend. So when we're buying, I can only buy if price comes in a demand zone. Price is currently where it's at now. All I can do is just play it and see what the market wants to print. Okay, so we're tanking here, right? And so you see how price came down, but I wasn't really ready for, oh, where are my tools? I wasn't really prepared for this one, but you see price came down into this demand zone here. So we tapped into this demand because we had a nice push up, right? We broke structure. We're continuously pushing up, and price has come back down to a previous demand area, right? So I have that marked up. And so let's see if we can take some buys off of this demand area. Oh yeah. Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been good. But of course, like I said, I wasn't prepared for that one. That would have been a nice entry there, because you could have gotten in long, aggressive entry. Of course, remember I say, as soon as we tap into a zone, a more conservative entry is waiting for a candle closure. So in this case, waiting for a bearish candle. No, I'm sorry, waiting for a bullish candle. Yeah, we would have had to wait for this candle. So entry would have been right here. But look how wide that stop loss would have been. I would have got in break of the candle here. I'm going to just be honest with you. Once I saw that wick, I would have got in break of the candle here. So I feel like my break of the candle is more conservative. A super safe is going to be a full close. So let's see what happens here. And price hits TP. That's nice. I like that. But again, I wasn't ready for this one. I didn't realize that it was going to hit my demand area that quick. But what I do love that this happened is because you guys can see how let's say you missed that setup that we just took, right? You see how price created a new demand area. So we have a new demand area. You had a nice push up, like price is showing me that we want to go bullish. It's pushing up. So I'm going to mark up my demand, and I can only take buys if price comes back. If price comes back to this demand, this makes me super confident. I could load the clip. Like I load the clip on setups like this. If this demand comes back, let's see. And if it doesn't come back, it just doesn't come back. But that's the setup. You're waiting for price to come back down to your demand zone. Oh wow, we're just consolidating. And it fakes somebody out for buys too. Like we're just stuck right here. This is the support and resistance, right? We're stuck in a range. Remember, supply and demand doesn't. Oh my gosh, do y'all see that? Stop playing. No way. Like this is how easy that this is. If you have patience and discipline, I'm telling you, you can run it up. I try to have patience. I'm not as perfect as I want to be with supply and demand and with my patience sometimes. But when you wait, like look at this. Like this is just a no-brainer. Like why would I not get in this? These are longs all day. As soon as I saw, now I would have gotten this aggressive, no cap. I would have gotten this aggressive. As soon as I saw that wick and we closed like this, I'm in. That's my stop loss is below the zone and my TP above the range. That's over a 1 to 2. You cannot make this up, bro. Like you cannot make this up. That's crazy. Like sometimes I'm at shock. I get in shock when I see stuff like this because this shows me how easy that supply and demand is. The hard part is just having the patience to stick with it. So that's all I got for y'all. This is amazing. Let me bring myself back up on the screen. So that's all I got for y'all. If y'all want a part 2 on supply and demand and a little bit more in depth on how I trade it and different types of scenarios and setups, because those are only just 2 types of scenarios. There's other ways that you can apply supply and demand. So just let me know how you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.